You may have heard of the term planning obligations, more commonly known as Section 106 agreements, or you may be curious to learn more about what they actually are. In this video, we will cover some of the key points of what a Section 106 agreement is. Simply put, a Section 106 agreement is when a developer is required to undertake certain additional activities in order to make what they want to build acceptable to a wider area. If we decide that the new development would significantly impact a particular aspect of the community, this is when we begin discussing with the developer the need for a Section 106 agreement. No decision on the planning application itself will be made until the Section 106 agreement has been agreed and signed. In order to help illustrate the different aspects of the Section 106 process, we'll use the example of a developer wishing to build 50 new homes on the outskirts of a village. They will submit their planning application to the Greater Cambridge Shared Planning Service and, as part of the planning process, the planning officer will carry out an assessment with the developer on the impact of the new homes on the surrounding area by considering aspects such as schools, surgeries and roads. We will also look at existing facilities such as play areas, open spaces, village halls, sports facilities and allotments. In our example of a developer wishing to build 50 new homes, 40% of these homes must be for those in need of affordable housing. In addition, the Section 106 agreement may require facilities such as village halls, playgrounds and sports facilities to be built as part of the development. It may also be used to ensure that public open space is always provided and maintained. The agreement will specify when these will be required to be delivered. There are 3 legal tests that the agreement must pass. Firstly, the Section 106 must be necessary to make the development acceptable in planning terms. In our example development, if the local school has capacity, we will not be able to request contribution to extend the school. The second test requires that it is directly related to the development. Contributions can only be used to fund the infrastructure within the catchment of the development. For example, it can only be used on the local surgery or local school. The third and final legal test is the Section 106 agreement should be fairly and reasonably related in scale and kind to the development. In our example development, while a spacious new doctor's surgery to replace the existing building would be nice to have, it wouldn't be absolutely necessary in order to make the construction of the new homes acceptable. As you can see, while we will fully assess the impact of a development on the area, government legislation is there to prevent us from making unreasonable demands. And this legislation also prevents the developer from performing certain activities too. For example, they are not allowed to offer incentives or try to buy planning permission they need to allow them to start building. To see where Section 106 agreements have been put in place, you can search planning applications via our website. Here you'll also find our annual infrastructure funding statement that details any money we have received from Section 106 agreements.